Moana and Maui are back for yet another adventure, but this time they're not alone. Moana 2, it's time to talk about it. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Clep Napier from WeAreCritiX.com, and today we're here to talk about, breakdown, and review Disney's Moana 2. That's right, the follow-up to the 2016 Disney animated feature, which starred Ali Cravajo and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That's right. Before I talk about what I thought about this film, because I know a lot of you have seen my out of the theater initial reaction to this thing, and we're going to get into why I felt the way I felt about it. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in this film, spoiler free, of course. So, Moana 2, again, is the follow up to the 2016 animated film, which in the original followed Moana as she was trying to find her place within her tribe and traveled on an adventure across the sea, or the rift, to bring back the demigod Maui, played by The Rock, to return an emerald stone to the village and save her people from a curse. This one also follows Moana as she travels across the ocean, the rift, but this time for different reasons. This time she is trying to find other people like her village. She's trying to find other villages out there because she feels in her heart that there just has to be people out there that they want to bring together. But there is a curse. There is another curse out there that is somehow controlling things and keeping the individual islands from finding one another. There's an underground ocean or island that needs to be ocean. There's an underground island that's being watched over by this entity that's no good, of course. And Moana is tasked with a crew to try to save this island and bring all the other people, if they're out there, together. Um, what did I think about Moana 2? Amazing. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I wasn't one of those people that was on the Moana 1 hype train. I love the music that came out of it. Shout out to Lin Manuel Miranda, because I feel like he really was the magical thing about the first one for me that really made that movie stick in my head. I was late to the train when actually watching it. I didn't jump on board when everybody was watching, and I kind of just waited. But I knew the songs. I knew How Far Will I Go, and I knew You're Welcome by The Rock, and I knew that they were Lin Manuel Miranda because that guy was known for doing Hamilton at the time, and The Heights was huge. What else he did? He did in Kanto? Yeah, he did in Kanto as well. So the guy's name was ringing bells. I love those songs in the first film, but I feel like those songs were bigger than the story in the first one for me. Going into the second one, I was a little reserved. I was like, show me what you got. That kind of attitude. And I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I said this in my initial reaction. If the first Moana set the stage for you, then Moana 2 is very much the second act of the story that is needed. It really builds on the first film in a way that just it's grander. The story is it's thicker. It's a lot more meat in the story in part two for me, and I felt like the music plays well with the story in this one. The songs are good. They're good, but in a way where they serve the story and serve the characters and serve the atmosphere. They serve the vibe. They just mesh well with everything that's going on. Versus the first one had really two strong songs that really overpower all the other songs. So your takeaway are those songs, but for me, the story wasn't. It feels incomplete. The first one feels very incomplete without this one. And then when this one comes in, you're more connected with the characters. You're more connected with what's going on with the village and the people and her sidekicks like Maui and Pua, like Maui, Pua, and Hey Hey. Like you really are in love with them. They knew exactly what were the strong points in the original, particularly around Hey Hey and Pua. Like they hone in on. There's a lot more their involvement in this in a way where it's subtle. But it's very hilarious and it's loads of fun. She introduces some new characters with her as well, who kind of take this journey with them, and they're all very fun. they're a fun ensemble. Like everyone that they bring into the story alongside Moana serve a great purpose, and everyone is planted so perfectly, and it's just a ball of fun. You get to see the different personalities play, and knowing the personalities that you already know, it's magical, ladies and gentlemen. Like I really had a really good time with part two. I think that it is just the perfect sequel for what they gave us in the first film. Like I said, I'm gonna take two over one. Two is a great setup. A lot of people are very connected with one. They're gonna love one. It's okay, love one. But if I'll be very shocked if you go into two and you're like, no, no, no. I think they work hand in hand together. You can't have one without the other. I like them both as a pair, but I really would take two over one myself. And I honestly feel like you don't need to really be brushed up on the first one to enjoy two. So if you find yourself in a predicament where you have to see two and you didn't get a chance to go back and rewatch one, there's some good moments in the sequel that kind of catch you up to speed in a very entertaining and silly way where you'll be okay, where you'll be like, oh, okay, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of meta things going on outside of the films, a lot of lines that get dropped that'll make you chuckle because of real life stuff that's going on around this particular franchise. I thought was very cute and very charming. The Rock, not in this film as much as I thought he would be, but perfect where he is. Everything, like you really get Moana. This is really Moana's story. And everything that's going on within her and the people in the people of this movie, like the village, the people. That's where all the heart is, ladies and gentlemen. The third act is very heartfelt. A lot of interesting, cool characters outside of Moana's camp that get introduced villain wise. And listen, it sets up. Listen. I wouldn't be surprised. There's got to probably be a third. There's going to be a third. I would be very, very shocked if there isn't a third based on things that go on and how, lore is expanded upon in this. Um, I will say this. The live action version, like, a lot of you know that there's a live action Moana coming. I won't want to say that it's bad timing because this one's gonna do well. I really strongly believe that this film's gonna do well. It's a little weird that they're doing, this contrast where they're doing the live action version of the original and then they're kind of thrusting the sequel out in the same time that they're kind of slowly promoting the live action because I think they could ride this wave for a long time. Even though they waited a long time to do the sequel, we probably won't see a Moana 3 for some time. I would say give or take maybe 3 to 5 years, depending on how long, these Disney movies, especially the animated ones, they take a long time to come out. But when they do take their time, a lot of times they deliver the same way that they deliver in this one. The music. Let's talk more about the music. I said that the music's good and it doesn't outshine the story because it just really blends well within the story. Lin-Manuel did not come back for any original songs in this one, but the scores are done by the same folks who were on the first one, and like I said, they nail it. I really, really enjoy the music, but I honestly strongly believe that this one is good enough. If you took the music out of it, the story is 10 times stronger than the original. I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that's really all I can say about this film. And I really wish that you all go and see this and quite enjoy this film because Moana 2 is here. We're back. Just like Moana says in the new song that out the gate is probably one of the strongest in the film. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you are excited to see Moana 2. What are your expectations? When are you going to see? You already got your tickets. Let me know. Like, comment, share. Make sure you subscribe. And for more movie news, television news, and pop culture, check out wearecritics.com. And I will talk to you all later.